The winter in Ohio was always unforgiving, but inside our house, the cold didn't come from the snow. It came from my mother. Growing up, my 5 sisters and I weren't treated like children. We were a running list of disappointments. My mother, Eleanor, was obsessed with a family legacy. To her, a family without a son was a tree without roots. My father would always joke at family dinners. Well, I kept trying, but God kept giving me blank receipts. Everyone would laugh, except us. We knew we were unwanted consolation prizes. When I turned 13, my mother locked my bedroom door, sat on the edge of my bed with cold, piercing eyes, and gripped my wrists. "When you grow up, Clara," she whispered, "you don't look for love. You look for genes. Marry a man from a big family of boys. You owe this family a grandson. Don't fail like I did." Years later, I met Julian. He was kind, patient, and made me laugh. But he was an only child. When I brought him home, my mother's face went flat. "An only child," she repeated. "A weak branch, Clara." We got married anyway, and for a long time, my parents cut me off. Then I got pregnant. Julian and I held a small gender reveal party in our backyard. When Julian popped the black balloon, a cloud of bright pink confetti exploded into the air. My husband's parents cheered, but my parents stood up without a word, walked straight to their car, and drove away. For 2 years, they didn't acknowledge my daughter, Lily. She was a bright, laughing child, and we were happy without them. But then I got pregnant again. This time, the ultrasound showed a boy. Suddenly, my phone was ringing. My mother was crying, begging to be part of our lives. I let them back in because deep down, I still wanted a mother. When my son Leo was born, my parents transformed into different people. They visited constantly, but the gifts and attention were strictly for Leo. Lily would show Grandma her drawings, and my mother would glance at them for half a second before turning back to coo over the boy. The first major warning happened in July. I came home to find 3-year-old Lily locked in the hot garage with her scooter, sweating profusely, while my parents were inside watching Leo sleep. She was being noisy, my mother said, shooing me away. I should have banned them right then. I will regret that choice for the rest of my life. 2 weeks later, I had a doctor's appointment. I left Lily and Leo with my parents. My appointment got canceled, and I returned home within 40 minutes. The house was dead silent. My father was asleep, and my mother was sitting on the couch cradling Leo. "Where's Lily?" I asked. She was throwing a tantrum because she wanted snacks and woke Leo up, my mother said coldly. "We told her to go upstairs to the guest room until she learned some manners." I ran upstairs. The guest room was empty. I screamed her name. Nothing. Then I noticed the small latch on the attic door was unhooked. The door was slightly ajar. I pushed it open. The attic was a dark, suffocating furnace of heavy dust. I rushed inside, and behind a stack of old tires, I saw her yellow sneaker. Lily was lying on her side, trapped in a narrow gap between the wooden floorboards. Next to her was a shattered container of oatmeal bars. She had hidden up there to eat them, but the heavy door had clicked shut, trapping her in the pitch black. Her skin was boiling. Her lips were blue. She was completely unresponsive from the extreme heat stroke. I carried her limp body downstairs, screaming like a wild animal, begging my parents to call 911. My mother stood up, holding Leo tightly against her chest, looking annoyed. "Well," my mother said, her voice chillingly calm, "I told her not to steal. She brought this on herself." Thank God Leo was downstairs with me. The paramedics arrived, but it wasn't fast enough. Lily was pronounced dead at the hospital. That same night, I filed a police report. My parents were arrested the next morning. At the trial, their lawyer tried to call it a tragic accident, but the prosecutor played the police body cam footage from their arrest. On the tape, my mother was heard yelling at the officers, "Why are you making a big deal out of this? Clara still has the boy. The family name is safe." The entire courtroom went silent. The judge took off her glasses, looked at my mother with utter disgust, and said, "I have never witnessed such callous disregard for a child's life." She sentenced both of my parents to the maximum, 25 years without parole. They will die in prison. We moved away, and the family name my mother cared so much about died that day. My son Leo is